paragraph 110, 2, 3, 4 and 6. One of the tasks given to the committee is to determine and award punishment to Mr. Gurunath Mayappan and Mr. Raj Kundra as also their respective franchisees. This order is confined to the task given to the committee in para 110(2) of the judgment. Now we have discussed all the four separately. First I'll read a few relevant paragraphs of relating to Mr. Gurunath Mayappan. Having noticed the aggravating factors, we must now take into consideration the mitigating circumstances as pointed out by Mr. K.V. Vishwanathan. Do the circumstances highlighted by the learned senior counsel mitigate the gravity of proved misconduct? We do not think so. The fact that Gurunath Mayappan formed an integral part of CSK and most persons viewed him as the face of the team, and in any case he was team official of CSK, he ought not to have indulged in corrupt betting practices by regularly placing bets in IPL matches. Even during the course of IPL match, he acted in gross violation of the Anti-Corruption Code, Article 2.2.1 and 2.2.2. Instead of discharging his responsibility as team official in a befitting manner, he acted exactly opposite to the fundamental sporting imperatives. On a careful consideration of the circumstances pointed out by Mr. K.V. Vishwanathan, we do not find them individually or collectively mitigating the gravity of offence. Facing criminal charges and his judicial custody for a period of about 10 days rather shows the seriousness of the misconduct committed by him. His habit of regularly placing bets in IPL matches renders the argument of his being first offender and unblemished antecedents in previous IPL tournaments of no worth. That he suffered loss of rupees 60 lakhs in bets shows that he engaged himself in heavy bets. It is his bad luck that he did not make money out of these bets. Any agony suffered by him because of media coverage or any hardship that may have been caused to him is too small in comparison to the huge injury he caused to the reputation and image of the game, IPL and BCCI. If the reputation, image and the spirit of the sport are lost, what remains? Being 40 years of age, he is not young but middle-aged. It is difficult to accept that he has passion for the game. Any person who has true passion for the game would not be involved in the betting. Rather, any sport-loving person would act in conformity with the fundamental sporting imperatives. Non-adherence to these imperatives has shaken the very essence of cricket. There is nothing to indicate that his participation in the investigation or inquiry by the probe committee was voluntary. On the other hand, he is guilty of not reporting exchanges with a known bookie. Charitable work, if any, by the family business is hardly a mitigating factor. It is evident from the decision of the Supreme Court that the offence of betting committed by team official who is in position of owner is very serious, and such act would certainly be against the spirit of the game and bring the game to disrepute, punishable under Article 2.4.4 of the Code, for which the penalty provided is imposition of suspension for a period ranging from 1 year to lifetime. Every participant, team official is a participant, is subject to the operational rules and is bound by the IPL regulations as listed in Section 6, Rule 2.2 and the laws of cricket. Each person subject to the operational rules is mandated not to act or omit to act in a way which could or has an adverse effect on the image of the BCCI, the IPL and of the game of cricket, or otherwise bringing any one of them into disrepute. Gurunath Mayappan is not only found to have indulged in betting, but his act is also found by the Supreme Court to have an adverse effect on the image of the BCCI, IPL and game of cricket, and brought each one of them to disrepute. There is thus clear breach of Section 2, Rule 14 of the operational rules. Gurunath Mayappan has been found guilty of 1. Betting, Article 2.2.1 and 2.2.2 of the Anti-Corruption Code. 2. His conduct having affected the image of the BCCI and the league and also the game, and having brought each one of them to disrepute Section 2, Rule 4 of the operational rules. And 3. Of acting against the spirit of the game and bringing it to disrepute Article 2.4.4 of the Code of Conduct. As the offences for which he is being punished are found to be distinct and different, Section 6, Rule 2.1 of the operational rules will not apply. The committee accordingly imposes following sanctions on Mr. Gurunath Mayappan. 1. He is declared ineligible for participation in the sport of cricket as explained in the Anti-Corruption Code for the maximum period of 5 years under Article 2.2.1. 2. He is suspended for life from the activities as explained in Article 7.5 under Level 4, first offence of Article 2.4 of the Code of Conduct. 3. He is suspended for life from being involved in any type of cricket matches under Section 6, Rule 4.2 B, read with J of the operational rules. The above sanctions shall run concurrently and commence from the date of this order. Now I come to Raj Kundra. We have carefully considered the above submissions. As part owner, having 11.74% of shareholding by his family and investment vehicle and team official, Raj Kundra was required to conduct himself in conformity with the rules, regulations and codes framed by the BCCI. Being UK citizen, he had heavy responsibility on him to ensure that his acts and actions were not in conflict with the laws of a foreign country. Betting is a crime punishable under the Indian Penal Code. Besides that, it is an offence, corrupt practice under the BCCI's rules, regulations and codes. With so much of information available online, it is very difficult to accept that as UK citizen, he believed betting to be legal in India. It is no secret that some of the players of Rajasthan Royals, of which he was team official, were found enmeshed in a web of match fixing. This is not unusual because when a part owner and team official indulges in corrupt practices, betting being such practice and involves more than one person, the unsavory individuals and bad elements become bold enough to involve vulnerable elements including players to all sorts of corruption. The findings by the Honorable Supreme Court that his acts of betting as a team official have affected the image of BCCI, IPL and the game of cricket and brought each one of them to disrepute, and involvement in betting by team official is against the spirit of the game, reflect the grave nature of misconduct he has been found to be involved with. We do not think that facts pointed out by Mr. Kevin Gulati or in his presentation by Mr. Raj Kundra in any manner militate against the gravity of misconduct committed by him. The proved misconduct by the team officials of CSK and Rajasthan Royals have damaged the faith of the public in the IPL, BCCI and the game of cricket so much so that any untoward incident in any game is now attributed to corruption in cricket. Though Mr. Raj Kundra has been found guilty of misconduct under the BCCI's rules, regulations and codes for the first time, but his very first misconduct has affected the image of the BCCI, IPL and the game of cricket and brought disrepute to each one of them. In India, cricket is not any other game or sporting activity. It is passion for millions of people. It is really hard to measure the harm these acts of team officials have caused to the sport generally and the game of cricket in particular. We are not persuaded by the submission made on behalf of Mr. Raj Kundra that the offence held to be proved against him is an individual action and not in any manner concerned with his status as co-owner team official. The observations of the Honorable Supreme Court in paragraphs 45, 50 and 106 of the judgment dated 22nd January 2015 clearly negate this argument. It is not true that there was no allegation of match fixing against Mr. Raj Kundra. As a matter of fact, in its first report dated 9th February 2014, the probe committee observed that the allegations of betting and match fixing against Raj Kundra and his wife required further investigation. After further investigation, the probe committee found that Mr. Raj Kundra has been placing bets through a known punter, and he also introduced that punter to another bookie. The allegation of match fixing was not finally established. That allegation of match fixing was not finally established does not alter the gravity of offence, because his actions of betting as a team official have brought disrepute not only to the game but also to the IPL and BCCI. The gravity of offence is further compounded by his being constantly in touch with the bookies and not reporting his contacts with them. Moreover, he was involved so much in betting that he introduced a known punter to another bookie. The argument that Raj Kundra cooperated at all stages with all investigations into the matter and he willingly appeared before the probe committee is not borne out from the record. The probe committee, on the other hand, found that the investigation against him was abruptly and without reason stopped by the Rajasthan police upon receiving the case papers from Delhi police. No reason is discernible as to why investigation into a crime as serious as this was not taken to logical conclusion. The period of suspension already undergone is hardly a mitigating factor. He is a middle-aged person, well educated and well informed. If he had true love for a game, he would not have indulged in corrupt practice of betting and remained in touch with known punter and bookie, and would have surely refrained from acting contrary to the sporting imperatives and against the spirit of the game and bringing the game to disrepute. On totality of all relevant factors and after weighing them carefully, the committee imposes following sanctions on Mr. Raj Kundra. Complaint in Anti-Corruption Code for the maximum period of 5 years under Article 2.2.1. 2. He is suspended for life from activities as explained in Article 7.5 under Level 4, first offence of Article 2.4 of the Code of Conduct. 3. He is suspended for life from being involved with the BCCI in any type of cricket matches under Section 6, Rule 4.2b, read with J of the operational rules. The above sanctions shall run concurrently and commence from the date of this order. Now, the India Cements Limited. In view of the observations made and findings recorded by the Honorable Supreme Court as noted above, we find it difficult to accept the submission of Mr. C.S. Vaidyanathan, Learned Senior Counsel, that there is no finding recorded in the judgment about any misconduct or wrongdoing committed by the India Cements. The findings recorded in paragraph 50 and 106 read with the observations made in para 12, 13, 43 and 43 leave no manner of doubt that for the misconduct of betting committed by Mr. Gurunath Mayappan, apart from the action being taken against him under the rules, will result the action being taken against the franchisee under Section 6, Rule 4 of the operational rules. It is for this reason that in paragraph 110(2) of the judgment, the Honorable Supreme Court left quantum of punishment to be imposed upon the two individuals who were team officials and their respective franchisee team owners to be determined by this committee. The fact that the committee has been given authority by the Honorable Supreme Court to determine the quantum of punishment against the franchisee as well is indicative of the position that there is a finding of wrongdoing recorded against the franchisees. The committee has not been given any mandate to first determine the wrong committed by the franchisees and then quantify the punishment. It is only after the Honorable Supreme Court recorded the findings of misconduct and wrongdoing by the two team officials and their franchisees that this committee has been entrusted with the task of determination of quantum of punishment. Apart from the consideration of the matter in paragraphs 49, 50 and 106 of the judgment, it is pertinent to note here again that the Honorable Supreme Court in its judgment has considered the various reports of the probe committee. While noticing the findings of the probe committee in its report of 9th February 2014 to the effect that for the acts of betting by Mr. Mayappan, which is further accentuated by the position he held in CSK, which was held by Mr. Mayappan with the implicit approval of the franchisee owner, India Cements. Moreover, Mr. Gurunath Mayappan was in the position of owner. He is the son-in-law of Mr. N. Srinivasan, Managing Director of India Cements, which is the franchisee of the team CSK, and Mr. Gurunath Mayappan was considered to be the face of the owner due to his actions. Therefore, offences of such persons who are the face representative of the owner would have to be considered as acts of the owner for the purpose of the operational rules with reference to IPL league matches, and consequently the actions of such person which bring the game BCCI and league into disrepute. Section 4 Rule 1.1 of the operational rules puts a strict obligation on each franchisee that the team officials complies with the regulations. This provision incorporates a strict liability principle. The reason for this is not far to seek. BCCI is the body responsible for the operation of the league, while giving right to the franchisees to participate in the league. Certain obligations, including Section 4, Rule 1.1, have been cast on them. This is to ensure that cricket is played not only within the laws but also within the spirit of game, and nothing is done by the representatives, team officials, players, etc. on the field or off the field which is contrary to the spirit of the game or which adversely affects the reputation of the game. If the franchisees fail in their obligations, then Section 6, Rule 4 of the operational rules empowers the BCCI to order sanction against the erring franchisee. The provision provides an effective means to deter the franchisees from being complacent and to ensure a strict observance of their obligations enumerated in Section 4 of the operational rules. Then, to emphasize the importance of India Cements' duty in taking action against its erring accredited team official, or for that matter somebody who is its integral part, is the most mild statement. Not only that no urgent action was taken by the India Cements against Mr. Gurunath Mayappan, but as a matter of fact, no action is shown to have been taken by the India Cements against him. The order of suspension passed by the BCCI against Mr. Gurunath Mayappan after his arrest is not an action by the India Cements against its team official. The plea by the India Cements regarding long history of contribution to the cricket and cricketers cannot be accepted in view of the fact that due to the act of Mr. Gurunath Mayappan, team official of CSK, who happened to be the son-in-law of Mr. N. Srinivasan, Managing Director of India Cements, and the then BCCI President, the purity of the game has been affected, and the contribution, if any, made by the franchisee has also been wasted because millions of people who are true lovers of the game feel cheated. Moreover, disrepute has been brought to the game of the cricket, the BCCI and the IPL to such an extent that now doubts abound in the public consciousness about whether games are clean or not. Having regard to the findings recorded by the Honorable Supreme Court and on taking into consideration all relevant facts and circumstances. As noted and discussed above, the committee proposes to impose sanction on India Cements franchisee under Section 6, Rule 4.2c of the operational rules by suspending it from the league for a period of 2 years. The order accordingly, the period of suspension shall commence from the date of this order. Now Jaipur IPL Cricket Private Limited. Please, quiet, please. Silence, please.
यादव जी आपके पीछे हेलो यादव जी यार स्टील थोड़ा पीछे हो जाओ.
In light of the admitted position before the Honorable Supreme Court that Mr. Raj Kundra was part owner and accredited team official of Rajasthan Royals, we find that genesis of Jaipur IPL and the position of Mr. Raj Kundra narrated by Mr. Ashok Desai in his submissions do not cut much ice. Mr. Raj Kundra was indeed part owner and also team official, and therefore for the purpose of the operational rules with reference to IPL league matches, Mr. Raj Kundra's actions that brought the game, the BCCI and the league into disrepute have to be considered actions of the franchisee. We do not think that Jaipur IPL can shrink its responsibility by terming the acts done by Mr. Raj Kundra as having been done in his personal capacity. If those who indulge in corrupt practices forbidden by the rules of the game are integral part of the franchisee in view of their accreditation, part ownership, close relationship and also being team official, the argument that these acts were personal and as a consequence of them, if image of the game, the BCCI and the league got affected, the franchisee cannot be held responsible, does not merit acceptance. Such a technical approach is legally unsustainable because of the very nature of relationship between the franchisee and the wrongdoer. Moreover, the argument overlooks Section 2, Rule 14 and Section 4, Rule 1.1, breaches of which make the franchisee directly responsible. In any case, in view of the findings recorded by the Honorable Supreme Court in paragraphs 49, 50 and 106 of the judgment, which we have extensively considered while considering the case of India Cements, and finally mandate in paragraph 110(2) that quantum of punishment to be imposed on Mr. Gurunath Mayappan and Mr. Raj Kundra, as also their respective franchisees, shall be determined by this committee, leave no manner of doubt that wrongdoing by Jaipur IPL under the operational rules has already been determined. This answers Mr. Ashok Desai's other arguments as well, namely one, that there are no findings recorded by the Supreme Court of wrongdoing by Jaipur IPL, and two, that Section 4, Rule 1.1 is only directory and not mandatory. If the culpability of the two franchisees, Jaipur IPL is one of them, were not found established by the Honorable Supreme Court, it would not have mandated the committee to determine the quantum of punishment to be imposed on them. We do not intend to burden the discussion by repeating the reasons which we have given while considering the matter pertaining to India Cements. The general omissions by all franchisees found in AXU reports deserve serious attention by the BCCI, but insofar as Jaipur IPL is concerned, its omissions are grave inasmuch as its part owner and team official has been found to have indulged in betting, and that has affected the image of the game and the BCCI and the league and brought each one of them to disrepute. Jaipur IPL claims that it is highly celebrated as a nursery for players, but the fact remains that 3 Rajasthan Royal players were arrested and charged with spot fixing in 2013 IPL season. The committee can also take notice of the fact that there has been allegations of approach to one of its players for corrupt practices in 2015 IPL season as well. This shows that all is not well with Jaipur IPL in handling anti-corruption issues. It is true that Mr. Raj Kundra has relinquished his shares somewhere in the month of March, but it is too late. No urgent action was taken by Jaipur IPL against Raj Kundra when his acts of betting became known. Once it is accepted that cricket is bigger than individuals or body of individuals, then financial loss that may be caused to few players or franchisees may not be a significant consideration while taking disciplinary action or for imposition of punishment for wrongdoing. BCCI, which is managing the game of cricket in the country, has to give an important place to the disciplinary role. This role is being discharged by this committee in the present matter as mandated by the Honorable Supreme Court, so that purity of game remains a central element. We feel that our decision must reflect a kind of institutionally firm view for upholding the paramountcy of the game. On consideration of all relevant aspects of the matter, the committee imposes sanction on Jaipur IPL franchisee under Section 6 Rule 4.2c of the operational rules by suspending it from the league for a period of 2 years. The period of suspension shall commence from the date of this order. Please. Wait. Let us first sign. Wait. So that's why we are signing first. Then we say that three copies will be immediately for court. So first we for court, then we will call that. One will give to that, and one for BC. First BC or you will do I think.
No, bad side.
Parties and BCCI. First two sets to the court, third to the BCCI, then to the sport parties. सब मुझे sign करना है. अच्छा चलो. Wait, please. Let us sign. Wait. We are not going right
just
now.
Just 1 minute.
अरे साहब उस पे heat लगा.
They'll all finish signing copies. Just.
Sir. Sir, मेरे को no, I'll put my date.
Date is in the beginning of the
That is there. That is of course there. So, who is for the BCCI, please?
Gaurav, sir.
Gaurav, give one copy. These two for the court, one to the BCCI. Parties will give.
भैया बैठ जाए स्टील और झुक जाओ नीचे बैठ जाओ यादव जी थोड़ा पीछे बैठ जाओ यार खड़े हो जाओ चेयर पे खड़े हो जाओ अहमद जरा इसे खींचिए अहमद बैठाओ क्या आदमी हो यार तुम काम सीख रहे सर
कितने हो गए भैया
सर पे गिरा
हो गए गोपाल just now it's all copies are with you.
I have two. One is given to Gaurav.
No, one to Gaurav, two to court 3, and 4 to the. How many you have right now? Two. कितनी है आपके पास में?
अरे पीछे भी कैमरा है यार हेलो
But just wait for 2 minutes.
यादव जी यार पीछे करो ना
Wait for 2 minutes. Just wait for 2 minutes.
बैठ जाओ
We'll just entertain your queries. Just wait for 2 minutes. Yeah. Let हो गया sir? हाँ yeah right now no give it to me. But to take the receipts है ना? No No, who's BCCI you are given? All. Just a minute. Let me have a sip of water.
एक महत्वाची बातमी आहे IPL 6 फिक्सिंग प्रकरणी चेन्नई सुपर किंग्स, राजस्थान रॉयल्स आणि दोन्ही टीम्सच्या भवितव्याचा आता फैसला झालेला आहे. 2 वर्षांसाठी राजस्थान रॉयल्स बाहेर आहे. IPLच्या सट्टेबाजीमध्ये गुरुनाथ मय्यप्पन दोषी ठरलेला आहे, तर शिल्पा शेट्टीचा पती राज कुंद्रा सुद्धा दोषी ठरलेला आहे. त्यांना आजीवन बंदी घालण्यात आलेली आहे. गुरुनाथ मय्यप्पन आणि राज कुंद्रावर आजीवन बंदी, तर चेन्नई सुपर किंग्सवरही 2 वर्षांची बंदी घालण्यात आलेली आहे. राजस्थान रॉयल्सही 2 वर्षांसाठी बाहेर राहणार आहे. आज त्यांचा जजमेंटल डे होता. गुरुनाथ मय्यप्पन आणि राजस्थान रॉयल्सचे मालक राज कुंद्रा यांनी सट्टेबाजी केल्याप्रकरणी सुप्रीम कोर्टानं दोषी ठरवलेलं होतं. या प्रकरणी शिक्षा निश्चित करण्यासाठी लोढा कमिटी गठीत करण्यात आली होती आणि लोढा कमिटीनं आत्ताच त्यांचा अहवाल सादर केलेला आहे.
As the luck would have been, he superannuated on 31st of March 2015. So an application was made to the Honorable Supreme Court, and Mr. Vivek Priyadarshi now has been appointed in place of Mr. B.B. Mishra by the court's order of 17th April. Now he is still examining the matter. He has not submitted the report. We are just awaiting his report. Once it comes, we'll examine and then.
आणि एकंदरीतच लोढा समितीने जो अहवाल दिलेला आहे, हा जो निर्णय लागलेला आहे, त्यावर आणखी चर्चा करूया. झी 24 तासचे विशेष प्रतिनिधी सुनंदन लेले सध्या आपल्या बरोबर आहेत. सुनंदन, सगळ्यात आधी या निर्णयाकडे, या सगळ्या अहवाल जो सादर झालेला आहे त्याकडे कसं बघताय?
तू जे म्हणतेस आता सुनंदन लेलेंबरोबर चर्चा करूया. मी तर म्हणेन की लोढा
सुनंदन, राजस्थान रॉयल्स आणि CSK ह्या दोन्ही टीम्स आता 2 वर्षासाठी बाहेर आहेत आणि यावर आपण विशेष चर्चा करतोय. लोढा समितीनं आत्ताच अहवाल दिलेला आहे. सुनंदन लेले आपल्या बरोबर चर्चा करणार आहेत. संपर्क तुटलेला आहे. समितीनं तपासाचे जे निष्कर्ष आहेत ते आज उघड केलेले आहेत. सुप्रीम कोर्टानं 22 जानेवारी 2015ला मय्यप्पन आणि कुंद्राच्या विरोधामध्ये आरोप सिद्ध झाल्याचं सांगून शिक्षा निर्धारित करण्यासाठी सेवानिवृत्त न्यायाधीशांची अशी 3 सदस्यांची समिती नेमलेली होती आणि लोढा यांच्या अध्यक्षतेखाली या समितीचे जस्टिस अशोक भान, जस्टिस RV रवींद्रन हे सदस्य आहेत आणि हा लोढा समितीचा अहवाल आहे तो आज सादर झालेला आहे. पुन्हा एकदा जाऊया. सुनंदन लेले आपल्या संपर्कात आलेले आहेत. सुनंदन, आपण बोलत होतो.
रोखोक निर्णय दिलाय. मी तर म्हणेन की चर्चा करायची नाही असाच हा निर्णय दिलेला आहे. कारण जे काय आरोप राज कुंद्रा आणि मय्यप्पन यांच्या विरुद्ध दाखल झालेले होते ते सिद्ध झालेले आहेत. त्यामुळे तो मी नव्हेच या नाटकाचा प्रयोगही बंद झाला असं मी म्हणेन. BCCIच्या दृष्टीने हा निर्णय खूप महत्वाचा आहे. त्याचं कारण BCCI इतके दिवस नुसतं 0
BCCIच्या दृष्टीने हा अत्यंत महत्त्वाचा असा निर्णय झालेला आहे. चर्चा करण्यासारखं सुद्धा या विषयामध्ये काही उरलेलं नाहीये, कारण इतकी मोठी चपराक आहे. चेन्नई सुपर किंग्सवर 2 वर्षाची बंदी, राजस्थान रॉयल्स या दोन्ही संघांवर 2 वर्षांसाठी आता हे IPLच्या बाहेर असणार आहेत. IPLच्या सट्टेबाजीबाबत हा एक महत्त्वाचा निर्णय. निश्चितच BCCIची जी इमेज खराब करण्याचा प्रयत्न या सगळ्या प्रकारातून झाला होता त्यांच्यासाठी निश्चित मोठी चपराक आहे. गुरुनाथ मय्यप्पन आणि राज कुंद्रा यांच्यावर आता आजीवन बंदी घालण्यात आलेली आहे. याच्यातून निश्चितच खूप मोठे धडे घेण्यासारखे आहेत. लोढा समितीनं आज त्यांचा हा अहवाल सादर केलेला आहे. 2 मोठ्या टीम्सना यावर 2 वर्षासाठी आता बंदी आणलेली आहे. 2 वर्षासाठी या 2 टीम्स बाहेर असणार आहेत.
झी 24 तास रहा एक पाऊल पुढे.